Hello friends and welcome back. My name is Kristen and we are in the garden today. Where else would we be? I've got to harvest the first harvest of my squash today and I'm very excited because this has been a journey, and at one point I did not think my squash was gonna make it. We get to harvest these beautiful squash and I'm going to check on everything. And then we've got more beans that we have to pick. I have been picking beans. Look at this right here. Slug on the squash. So I have been picking beans every other day, except this time I've gone 3 days. I have gone 3 days without picking the beans. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to all of them, or I may have to go in, finish dinner, and then Steven come out here and pick the rest of the beans. So we'll just see, and then I've gotta pick more sugar snaps and I'll see if there's any cucumbers. I am just so excited about being able to harvest squash now. We eat a lot of this. And at one point I did not think that the squash plants were gonna make it because the worms were eating all the blooms off. So, and I just so happened to glance over here. Look at this. I'm gonna have to, there is another one, 2 of them. So before I pick beans, I'm gonna pick these worms off and I'm going to spray. Wow, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 worms on this one plant. So I've got to check, there's another one on that plant. I'm gonna have to check every single plant and go ahead and spray it because they will eat your plant up and I do not want that to happen. This right here is so aggravating. I've never had problems with worms on squash and zucchini until this year. The little tiny ones I'm just picking off with my hands and then stepping on them and squishing them. But this big one right here, I'm not gonna touch it. So I just realized something. The other day, Steven came through and pruned the squash, and we did this last year. And you pull off some of the leaves so the pollinators can see the blooms. And I'm noticing on, let's see if I can find one. I'm noticing on these leaves, there are tons of worms on the leaves on the ground. And I don't know if that's a good thing because maybe they're going toward those leaves and not the actual plant. But now I am on a mission, and what I'm gonna do is, there's just worms all over the bottom of the plant. And so I knocked some off. I squished a bunch of them, but I'm gonna spray everywhere. So I might end up using the rest of these too. This is BT. This is a bacteria and it kills all of the bad worms, but it does not kill earthworms, ladybugs. It does not kill your good bugs. So I'm gonna get to spraying. I'm definitely gonna have to go get some more of this. There's probably this much left in here. as soon as I spray the worms, they just curl up and fall off. So I don't know if that's just because they're being sprayed with something or if it's because it's working that fast. But I've already killed and seen probably over 50 worms. And it's been raining a lot. It's been raining every day, almost the last 2 weeks. So you're supposed to spray this every time it rains, after it rains, but with it raining every day, that means I'd have to spray it every day. That'd be a lot of BT. So I'm gonna keep on spraying. Well, I just ran out of BT. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and harvest the rest of these squash. I'll leave that one. That one can be picked another day. We'll harvest this one. You can see those worms all over that. So while I'm harvesting all of this, Steven is gonna go to Walmart and get more BT. Ooh, look at this. This is like double. You got the worm and then you got those. Oh. So I let these beans, I should have picked yesterday, but I did not have time. So now the beans are a little bit bigger than I would like, but that's okay because I'm canning them and they are still great canned when they're bigger. And so far I have canned 39 quarts of beans. So I'm gonna go ahead, pick all of these. I have a feeling it is gonna take me a long time, but I'm gonna put the camera down, pick as fast as I can. So I will pick back up whenever I'm done picking all these beans. Steven just got back with some BT. He ran to the store. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this BT. I'm finding worms on my sunflowers. There's literally worms on everything, so I'm just gonna spray and hopefully that will help. So now I gotta figure out which one I didn't. There's a worm right there. Knock them off. There's worms on the underside. I almost wish there was a bigger bottle of this stuff because you could easily go through an entire bottle of this stuff if you had a lot of plants. Whew, it is hot and humid. That's just how it is, but let me show you all of these goodies. So this basket is full of beans. We've got English peas, cucumbers, squash, and sugar snaps. Here we have it. This is a really beautiful harvest, lots of colors, lots of greens, and this would last for days. What a gorgeous picking today of so many beautiful vegetables. So now I've got to go dump the compost. We save our coffee grounds, eggshells, anything from vegetables, cardboard, and we throw it in our compost pile back there. This time of the year I have to, oh, I'm about to spill it all. I have to run and do this because the yellow flies and the horse flies are so bad. So I'm just gonna dump and then I'm gonna run. I don't have time to be back here to cover it or anything like that, because when I get bit by horse flies or yellow flies, it leaves Hang on. So it leaves a huge whelp. And then if I get stung by a wasp, I have to go to urgent care because one time I had to take antibiotics because of a wasp sting. So, whew, that was a little crazy. Before I go inside and show y'all everything, all the stuff on the counter, I want to show y'all my sweet potato slips that I got from Haas Tools. I'm part of a Facebook group called Row by Row, and I just want to show you these poor sweet potato slips, what they look like, and I'm scared that they won't recover. But here they are. These were in the mail for about 4 or 5 days before I got them. And I can show a clip of when I unboxed them and what they look like, and then I put them in water. But I'm so discouraged. These look so pitiful. I finally got my Beauregard slips today after 2 different times they shipped me the wrong variety of slips, which I will plant this weekend. And I will have a video on that about how I plant that, because that's the whole reason we have this beautiful raised bed, because I really want a beautiful harvest of sweet potatoes. All right, so that is a look at the sweet potatoes. I will keep y'all updated on how those turn out. Everyone on Facebook says, you know, it takes about a week or 2, but they will come back, that they're really strong plants. So I will keep y'all updated on that. And then here is just a look at the garden. You can see what a difference the potatoes look like in just a week's time. The greens are pretty much all gone. Everything has died back. The limas, they are getting blooms on them. All of our beautiful squash and zucchinis. That is our harvest for today, and thank y'all for watching. Thanks for joining me in the garden. Sorry, it seems probably a little rushed. It's a short video, but my only time that I really get to pick and film is in the evenings, so I only have about an hour each time I do this. So stay tuned for the next video. This weekend we will be harvesting all of these potatoes that you see all back here. The plants have completely died off, and I hope they're okay because it has rained every single day lately, but this is just when we're going to be able to dig them up. So stay tuned for that, and as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.